Welcome to KSP. This is the demo. I'm about to do a challenge that was put forth on my Facebook group that I help manage, as my daughter attempts to... Oh man, I can't launch it? That's right, the demo's kind of weird. Yes, Ashley? What am I doing? I'm going to attempt to edit a spacecraft. 200 parts? Wow, okay. It's a lot of parts. I'm thinking I can get rid of a few of these parts here. This is what I used already once to get to the moon and back.
You have parachutes.
I have a parachutes. Yes, I do have lots of parachutes.
Whoa.
I think I can just go like this.
You made more.
That'll reduce the amount of dry mass I have on the rocket. And we'll shore that up a little bit. And I think that'll about do it. This is parallel staging, except for the center. Well, the center is going to stay. These two FLT 200 tanks here are part of the lander itself with the landing legs. They're plumbed into the lander proper. And I had issues with my lander losing my solar panels, so I'll move them up on the lander just a bit. And that should be it. Who's my crew member today? Yep, we'll do Jeb. He's a public relations hog. And we'll see if I can do this without my daughter distracting me too much. So full power, computer controls, go. Once I get some speed going, I'm gonna heel over to the east a bit. This should be good, just like that. And once I get that going, if I sound funny, it's because I have a cold. Well, the flu, really. I'm going to tell him to maintain prograde and reduce my throttle so I'm not accelerating too quickly. So I'm treating this like 1.0.5, where you got to start the gravity turn pretty much right away. So full throttle, because I'm about to lose these stages. Boom. Off they go. Yes, Ashley?
We play Infinity.
You play what?
Infinity.
Disney Infinity? Not right now. I'm actually recording a video. Yeah, I'm actually trying to do this while my youngest is taking a nap, so my voice will put her to sleep. It does me when I listen to myself on my YouTube videos. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting drowsy listening to myself, so yeah. Don't know why that is, anyway. So I have a little bit of a discrepancy. I was supposed to be pointing due east, but I'm 4 degrees off. It's not too bad. Let's look at our apoapsis. I'll go ahead and target the moon now. And I see, yeah, I'm a couple degrees off. Nothing too major. Oh, I just lost some stages. Boom. Because I noticed my G-vector, my G-force meter dropped some. Okay. So I'm telling Jeb to maintain prograde. Shouldn't be much of an issue. As long as I don't get re-entry effects ascending, then I'm good. The fins will help keep the rocket pointing pretty much where it's supposed to be. You can see here my roll, pitch, and yaw controls are... The yaw just flipped out because now it says we're in orbit mode. You can see roll when I do the roll keys and all that. And now we're about ready to kill the engines once we get our apoapsis around, say, 75 kilometers. There we go. Good enough. What's that? Is that a fan? Oh, that's my fan.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's why I'm here.
I'm high enough now in atmosphere I can go ahead and deploy my solar panels. I will do this now. Should have put action keys.
It's done.
It is done, isn't it? And now I shall cough without blowing eardrums out. Yeah, put my mic down. Yay. The flu's no fun. So I have... Yes?
It's done.
Yeah, we gotta wait for it to cool off. It's okay. I'll hit a stopping point.
I'm super hungry.
Yeah, and I'll hit a stopping point, and then we can go ahead and have ourselves some cheese sticks. So.
But video takes
It'll take
forever.
not long. Not long at all.
How long? An hour?
No, not that long. Not unless I screw up. And have too high of a periapsis getting back home.
Then I'll be starving for.
Then you'll be starving. Hey, you know who else is starving? It's Jebediah, since he doesn't have any snacks. He doesn't. He doesn't have any snacks. So I'm gonna juggle the throttle because I want to keep my apoapsis time slightly decreasing. See what? Oh, you want? Oh, I can't do that here. I have to do it here. See? And there's a little bit of camera shake now because the demo does feature that now. See, there he is, all nice and chilling out. See, 29 seconds. I'm just barely. It's catching up to me, I guess is how you could say it. Let's go ahead and slow ourselves around. Put Kerbin to our left. Okay. Actually, we'll speed it up just a little bit more. A little bit more. Let's just go all the way. I can also cheat and kind of like point out a little bit, but that's not quite so efficient. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's why. I had dead weight. Dead weight in my stuff. See, there we go. I kicked it out in front of me just a little bit. But 2,200 or so meters per second is sufficient orbital velocity for an orbit of this size. And we see we're almost... Yeah, we got this in the bag. Is that my desk too? For the nightstand? There's our periapsis.
Daddy,
And we'll go when it's pretty much
Daddy,
like that.
this is
Perfect.
the bed.
That's my
The
bed.
bed.
I see.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna die with
You know, Ashley, when I'm trying to record, it's kind of rude to talk over me. All right, I think I want to do a maneuver at my descending node. See if it's actually accurate. Almost. Almost accurate. So let's try to get a nice low periapsis. A little lower than that. Oops. That was a bit too low. So let's select. Oh, can't manage to do that. There. Perfect. Now I have moon in focus. I can click that. Click my node. And now I can properly see my periapsis being adjusted. So let's dial that. Oop, the other way. Oop. Wow, it's finicky. Very touchy. I could probably adjust it better by simply slowing the orbit around. Yeah, like that. Really? Really? That's a dead-on collision. Sweet. I don't want a dead-on collision. I want to get back. There we go. How's that? That's fine. Alright, so, Jeb. Make that happen. So, there's my chair and my computer.
That's your desk.
And my
That's
computer.
your monitor, and that's your little computer. Like,
That's a little computer?
Yes.
This thing's a beast.
it's tiny.
It's tiny, she says. You're
It's very tiny. It's the tiniest computer I've ever seen.
really?
Yeah.
It's smaller. It's bigger than my laptop. It's also significantly more powerful. I probably do not have all the fuel necessary to do this burn off of this stage, but it'll help. So when I get to 45 seconds away from the node, I'll go ahead and start my burn, like now. Because, actually, you know what? I'll wait just a little bit. I said 45 seconds, not a minute and 45 seconds. Error. I had fuel to spare when I did this before, and I've decreased my not fuel mass, which increases delta V. So I shouldn't have to worry about small errors like operator headspace and timing like that. We'll see. Let's do it now. So we're gobbling up fuel at almost 6 units a second, which means this will last, quick, cheap, dirty math, 15 seconds of burn. Yeah, I think. Alright, are we ready for some fireworks? There we go, fireworks time. As I blew off the decoupler and sent it totally tumbling. That was cool. And now I'm using the same engine with less mass being pushed, which means I'll do this burn faster. Crude, but effective.
Daddy.
And I didn't lose a panel this time because I had him higher up.
It's also wants cheese sticks.
He does? You can have some of those cheese sticks.
Hope you made enough.
I made all of them. Cheese sticks are popular. Walmart brand cheese sticks, surprisingly, are not that bad. And sneak into it a little bit on very slight throttle. Okay, how's that? Okay, 26 kilometers. Okay, here's something you can do if you want very small burns and you don't have RCS. I have RCS, so I can do it with that. But you can dial back on your engine by right-clicking and selecting your thrust limiter. This scales with this throttle. So if I do a little bit burp here, I see the numbers drop very slowly, and that's an actually fairly low periapsis. Not low enough to be dangerous, but it's where I want it to be. So there we have it. Now it's a simple matter of getting to the moon. And coughing everyone's eardrums out, which I apologize for. So it takes about a Kerbin day and some change to get to the moon's sphere of influence. Yeah, 1 day and 2 hours have elapsed. So we'll have retrograde toggled up by the time I get there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a circularization and deorbit burn right at periapsis as we come in very low over the far east crater. I believe this is what this is. I can actually check if I do a EVA report. Okay, burn. And we'll go ahead and make the nav ball have moon beneath us. Now I shouldn't have much fuel left in these side tanks. I have some of this fuel left, but really I only need these tanks, and then that's about it. That's all we need. And it looks like a nice flat area right about here. I could put myself in the crater. This is a nice flat area from previous experiences. Sun is that way, so I should be able to see my shadow fairly well. Shadows are important. I don't have lights. If you land on the night side, it's really beneficial to have lighting on your spacecraft, or you're going to be in for a bad time. Unless you have a radar altimeter. Those make up for some things. Now let's see if I can do this without smashing myself up. Looks like I'm aiming for just beyond. Like actually right there looks decent. Let's see if I can do that. Pull that off. Put myself down around in here maybe. See, we're losing speed fairly quickly. I have a fairly wide landing base, so I shouldn't have to worry about it too badly. And we're just about out of fuel in the center stack. Yep, we're going to put ourselves down right around over here. Just like so. So we'll kill most of our velocity. And then we will throttle back this engine quite a bit. So now I can use throttle to ease us down gently. And my shadow should be coming up here rather quickly. Somewhere. Somewhere? Yes. I need a little more engine power. That looks better. There's my shadow. Okay, perfect. This is looking very good. A little more. Let's bleed off some more speed. Let's get below 5. Let's get a little lower now. Alright, there we go. We're landed. I have exhausted those tanks, I'm halfway through this first of 3 tanks. So that's landed. Now I think the challenge is supposed to be get out and... Oops. Okay, I missed the solar panel this time. Good. Get up. Get up. Get up. Okay, so we're going to get a surface sample made up of basaltic rocks. And we're going to plant a flag. We used up a little bit of EVA propellant from that. Oh man, I can't see the flag. It's supposed to be Parap. I like the Parapsis flag. It's one of my favorites. So we made it. Okay. Turn that back on. Jump for the free boost of height. And then, where is my hatch? Right there. L toggles your lights. Very important when it's dark. Grab. And then B to board. Okay. And I have this here, but I really don't need to use it. This is sandbox, so grabbing this data doesn't do anything. The fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. You have a sneaking suspicion that they'll never be able to get the lab clean again. I have a sneaking suspicion that they're never ever going to recover the lab at all. Because here's what we're going to do. Once I turn up my engine all the way to full power, is I look at my nav ball and I see 90s right about here. We're going to full throttle and immediately turn to the east. Because I don't need to worry about doing a gravity turn to get out of atmosphere. There is no atmosphere. And dump those as useless dead weight. So now we'll take off like a rocket. Let's maintain prograde. And we'll see that, hey, look at that. Perfect. I probably overcooked that a little bit, but no big deal. When I get up here to my apoapsis, I will circularize this. When I get about around here in my orbit, I'll burn prograde to get home. It works, it's simple, it's not hard to do. So those capsules are probably still falling back down towards the moon. Yep. Discarded trash with nobody in it, fortunately, because that would totally suck if I had messed up and put crew in those things, right? It's like, what did I do that for? I doomed them to die. Because they have no propulsion, no anything, just flywheel torque, and that's about it. So what do you say we speed this up? And they're about to go splat. Yep, no more of that. Doesn't show the flag. You can't toggle that while you're active, I guess. Alright. Excuse me. That tasted horrible. Flu sucks, just saying. Okay, so that's orbit. I even overcooked it a little bit. That was just a quick blip of the throttle, because I had almost enough energy to call it an orbit. So we'll speed this up. And I got lots of fuel left. I got well over a tank. Yeah, getting back is easy. It's getting there that's difficult. So right about here. Now that I got solar power to recharge my batteries. So this is basically a service module, and this is the command module, my little ship here. So we'll zoom out so we can see Kerbin, and we will go full throttle. We see our apoapsis marching away, and now we see our periapsis with Kerbin. And I want to get it to about 35 kilometers as best I can. I can fine-tune it with RCS since I still have 10 units of RCS fuel left from the one capsule remaining. I didn't bring any extra RCS tanks. Okay, and... Okay, so now I turn on RCS, and then I can burn translation maneuver, hitting the H key, which is forward. So that burps in my direction of travel, and I can use N to back up if I go too deep. Alright, so what do we got? 40? Let's do 38. If you want even more fine control, you can hit caps lock, and you can sneak into it very slowly. So if I want exactly at 38, I can get as close as I can. And yeah, it's dancing right around 38 kilometers. That should be enough to slow me down. And then I can I want to face retrograde. Because when I get there, I have all this extra fuel left in this engine, or tank. I can use that to scrub even more speed off, which might be very handy. Okay, so let's make sure we're focused on our spacecraft. Yep, we're good to go. And let's get there. Okay, the SOI change slows down your time warp. I don't want to speed right through it because you will skip right through your atmospheric interface if you do. Alright, so we're going significantly faster than we need to be. But that's okay. And I can see my apoapsis already beginning to slowly die. Hopefully this is enough. The stock game does not contain a heat shield or an ablative shield at all. So if I can keep this intact as long as I can, these will serve as sacrificial parts in case I come in too steep. Plus, I can just burn this engine full blast. Scrub some speed, which means I won't have to slow down with using just friction. I'll see here on my roll yaw and pitch indicators, if they start acting really squirrely, like the capsule's having trouble maintaining retrograde heading, I'll ditch them. I'll toggle this decoupler and then wait simply for the parachute to be ready to do its thing. So we're still gaining speed as we're falling towards Kerbin, but we got 25 seconds left to go. And oddly, I have not killed a lot of my velocity yet. This actually still might not be deep enough, but that's okay. We can go around for another pass. Oh, we're slowing down pretty quickly now. I don't see re-entry heating yet. That's a good thing. And we have just passed periapsis. So yeah, if you like, you can always use the comma or period keys to speed up.
Me and Rich are gonna go eat cheese sticks.
Okay, you can have your cheese sticks. And now I can see how much I've lost, about half of my orbital, my apoapsis height, just from that maneuver alone. Which doesn't mean I'll lose the rest of it on the other pass. I'm actually going to go a little bit lower. Okay, so now we've done that, we'll time accelerate back up to apoapsis. Man, my youngest is totally passed out. She's in bed here next to my desk and just gone. Which is cool. Okay, so let's paint prograde. And, ooh, I got a free solar eclipse. And I'll use my RCS and translate out to kill this a little more. Let's go 35. That should be good. Alright, so now I'll time accelerate. You can select your desired heading even while time accelerating. It won't actually take effect until after you step out of time warp. And here we go. See, pretty much was right there where I needed to be. So 35 kilometers up, halfway through atmosphere. And we'll see atmosphere beginning to do its thing here shortly. It'll take some time, but see, we're still speeding up because we're technically falling still towards our periapsis. We're at the fastest point of our orbit. There's some big craggy mountains there. If this works, I might end up landing somewhere over here. We'll see. See, now it's starting to take a toll. And I can speed that up some because we don't have all day. Okay, I can see my pitch indicators beginning to show a little bit of an effect. Like it's trying to pitch, I guess, down some. And I see that it's increasing. And we are losing quite a bit of speed, and we still haven't climbed out of... yeah, it's beginning to show effects. Ooh, I get a cheese stick? Right, yes. Thank you. Oh, there's some re-entry heat. That's more like it. That's tasty. Alright, so we're done with entry heating. That was fast. So I'm thinking, at this point, I could probably do a burn right when I hit periapsis the third time and use that to stay out of space again. Because I think I have a few hundred meters of second extra velocity at this point. We'll see when I get there. Okay, so it automatically adjusts back to retrograde. Quite a bit more actually, about 2200, well, or so is orbital velocity. I have quite a bit left of extra speed, so really I haven't lost a lot of velocity, but it killed a lot of my altitude. That last couple dozen meters per second really makes up a lot of difference. Hey! Here's KSC coming up. Maybe, if I'm really lucky. Like, really lucky. Oh, surface mode now. That's cool. Okay, so now we're like this, and I go full blower, go, go, go. Kill this speed. Until I run out of fuel. And that's it. Now if I really want to, I can burn prograde some more using my RCS propellant, because why not? And then if you notice, I killed all my extra speed, and we are not coming out of this now. Yep. We are definitely not coming out of this one alive, so now I'll see. I want to maintain prograde or retrograde, because hey, free heat shield, and I still haven't lost my panels. Winning. So yeah, I could have done that the first time and probably pulled it off. So I'm gonna land somewhere in the continent, which is fine. And now I've lost 700, 800 meters per second of speed. That's more speed I don't have to worry about losing through air heating. Am I gonna pass KSC? I totally am, aren't I? Well, let's see what our air heating model's looking like. Well, the panels are getting hot. I can't believe it. I'm totally gonna skip over KSC. Well, I'm ball hurt. Holy wow, really? That's a lot. There's re-entry heating. Alright, we'll get out of fizz warp now. These are gonna go by really quickly. How are they getting sunlight? They're blocked by the... Okay, demo. The full version of the game, if I had panel like that, it would not work. The craft seems to be maintaining its attitude well enough. Oh, I lost a panel. That scared the hell out of me. So I turn on temperature gauges. I can see the parts that are burning up. Oh, the panels just simply died. They're going to continue to overheat, I believe, until they fail. The engine should be the first thing that overheats, because it's getting the brunt of it, but maybe these RCS thrusters will get it. Not sure. Okay, there we go. We're slowing down at a nice rate now, but not as fast as I like. And we're only 20 kilometers up off the ocean. But hey, free aero shield. So it's a simple matter of sitting here and trying not to sweat as you worry about your crew dying, because we don't have the benefit of certain parts like we do in the full version of the game. Okay, beginning to get worried now, so I'm going to lose those. And now we're going to slow down. Not as much as I liked. I'm catching up with my service stage. Oh, there we go. Neat, it was glowing. That's always fun. Alright. So when I get below 300 meters per second... Oh, I'm going to turn that off. I don't need you anymore. The capsule shape is naturally conducive to wanting to face away from its direction of movement in atmosphere. I could really hit this at pretty much any time. That's going to go splat. Yeah, we'll hit that now. Whoa. That's a whole bunch of G's. Now we'll time accelerate, because who cares? That would have been us if I hadn't have done my shoot. So at this point, yeah, we've pretty much made it. At least wait the last 1,200 meters. Now, a more interesting, well, a more difficult challenge would be go to moon, min, miss, and return in whatever order. I'm not sure which order would be better, actually. I'd have to play around with it. It's been done with just the demo. It's also probably very hard. Min-miss wouldn't be too terribly difficult. I think the biggest culprit would be trying to get enough rocket into orbit. After that, then it's fairly simple. I wonder if min-miss first would make more sense. And just about there. My first attempt, which I just took pictures of it, was landing on Kerbin surface, not the water. But hey, there we go. And that's that. That is returning from the moon with a crewed vehicle back to Kerbin and living to tell the tale. So, thank you for putting up with my annoying daughter wanting to get cheese sticks, and thank you for putting up with my sickly voice, and I hope that this served as a useful demonstration of all that the demo, well, some of what the demo has to offer. Thanks for watching.